Congratulations on the win. Can you just kind of talk us through what was going through your mind in those last 5, 6 minutes of the game? You're up by 11, looked like you were going to coast to a win like the other night. Things got a little bit tight at the very end.
We knew they weren't going to give up. We've played them enough times and watched enough film. They always come back. They never quit. So we knew we had to stay on guard. And they made some really good plays defensively. Turned us over a few times. I thought we took a shot or two that I didn't think was well advised, and those things kind of contributed to it. But give them credit. We knew they were going to keep fighting. Like I said, you've seen us play the last several years versus them. It's a hard run at the end, hard comeback, and they did it again tonight.
Coach, obviously a huge game for Isaiah, shooting, doing everything really inside, outside, offensively. Why was he so successful today?
You know what? I think he's getting into a little bit of rhythm. I think his last several games, he's been getting into a good rhythm, and it's nice to see. As young guys, you hit that wall a little bit as a freshman, and then you kind of fight through it. I see him fighting through that wall and coming out on the other side. He's too good a player to be kept down. And I thought he really found his open areas within their matchup. And he found, gaps in there where he was able to kind of move into and get open looks. And that was very helpful for us.
Kind of on that same thought about Isaiah, obviously, I don't know if I want to call it a slump. He's a freshman going through his first season of college basketball, but he wasn't making the same kind of impact the last, few weeks as he did at the beginning of the season. What did you kind of see from his psyche and kind of what he was going through? Did you have to pull him aside and kind of talk to him that these things happen? What did you kind of see from him mentally the last few weeks as he was going through it?
No, absolutely. We told him that, hey, you got off to such a fast start this season that it's hard to sustain that type of level. And you just need to make sure that you just keep working, keep working every day, keep trying to get better. And you end up fighting your way out of these situations. And that's what he's done. The one thing I never worry about Isaiah is the loss of confidence. The one thing he does have is an overabundance of that, which I think every great player needs to have. So he's very confident in who he is and what he can do out there. And so him, battling out of the situation he was in is something that is not surprising to us as a staff.
Early in the second half, CJ Walker picks up that technical and then seems to take him to another level. Then offensively, he goes off for about 9 quick points. And then he had those 2 blocks late, including the last one on the last possession, really. What can you say about how he responded from that tech?
I thought he had a maturity about himself. It's just a learning experience because the technical foul, that shouldn't have occurred for us. We shouldn't have done that. And so, but that's a learning experience for him on the college level. And so I think he realizes that it was a mistake made right there. And he was good about wanting to make up for it. He was wanting to just make up for what happened. And he did. I thought he did by continuing to play aggressive. Made some big plays, as you mentioned, down the stretch of the game for us. So he was terrific tonight.
Coach, how would you say that the team is feeling right now? Obviously, you got to feel good going on the road and getting a win, and obviously coming off a win the other night against USF. You played well in some games, lost some tough 1-point games, so the team knows that they're close to getting over the hump. How would you say the team is feeling going into this? I guess you got another week before your next game.
Well, I think our guys, I wish we didn't have another week because, it seems like every time we get started playing, and get in a rhythm, there's a stoppage. So, but I think this will be good for our guys. I think they get a chance to get their legs back up under them. Disappointed that we can't play the game against, SMU. But we understand how that happens. We've been in that situation and it's just tough. So for all these teams, but we're excited to continue to play. Our guys, showed a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm, and they've never, the entire season through our ups and downs, and we've had some rough patches. Our guys have, stayed positive. They keep believing in one another, and we definitely believe in them.
Going back to the very start of the game, you guys were slow out of the gate for the first 4 minutes. Why do you think that was? Was it early tip time on a road game? Do you guys just think it took you guys a while to get going?
It is different. 11 o'clock Central Time is probably the earliest game we've ever played. But, we don't make any excuses. I mean, I think that we just didn't, we got off to a poor start. One, usually it's going to be on the defensive end for us. I didn't think we came out with the level of intensity defensively that we needed. Matter of fact, throughout most of the game, I didn't think we defended. We just pretty much outscored them tonight. And that's not who we are. We'll take it because, we beat a very good team on the road. They've been playing well. And, but we have to get better, defensively, especially start of games like that. We can't let teams start off 3 for 4, 4 for 5, 5 for 6 from the field. That gets teams in too good a rhythm for the game. And so I'll say we have to do a little better on the defensive end. But once we shore that up, I think we got a chance to continue to get better.
And then one more for me. You talked about playing better defense, and we all know you're a defensive coach. So what was it like watching that stretch in the second half where it seemed like neither team could miss? What was it like watching that?
I always know it's beautiful. I know it's I'm definitely a defensive guy from the standpoint of what the other team is doing, but we like to score points. And so for me, it's beautiful basketball to see our guys, in rhythm, making connecting plays. I mean, we had 22 assists. And we've had 16 assists in the last 2 games, 22 in this game. So you're starting to see, I think, what we're capable of doing. And so that's the part that I'm excited about. Because as much as I love defense, every war that I think has ever existed, I think the offense has won it in history. So I think we definitely want to have some offensive firepower. And we usually have guys that are capable of doing that. So don't give away my secret with that, but that's my belief.